Most riders spent years ignoring Chinese motorcycles, but that might have been a mistake. Over the last few seasons, these companies have quietly pushed out some of the most surprising, power-packed, and downright insane machines we've seen in a long time. We're talking real horsepower, real engineering, and price tags the big brands can't match. And while the marketing folks stay quiet, riders on the ground are starting to realize something big is happening. Tonight, we're counting down the 10 Chinese motorcycles that truly shock the motorcycle world, not with hype, but with verified performance. Watch this list to the end, because the final bike changes everything riders thought they knew. Number 10. Volonaut Airike. The arrival of the Volonaut Airike represents a moment that forces riders to reconsider what a motorcycle can be. Instead of relying on familiar engine notes or the pulse of a traditional drivetrain, it introduces a hybrid lift system designed to carry a rider above the surface while still honoring the principles of balance, control, and mechanical feedback. Older riders who have spent decades trusting the feel of wheels on pavement may find this shift unsettling at first. Yet the core intention remains the same: create a machine that responds honestly to the person guiding it. The Airike challenges long-held expectations not by rejecting the past, but by stretching the boundaries of what future travel could resemble. This machine approaches movement in a way that will feel unfamiliar, yet strangely intuitive. There is no leaning on heavy torque to surge forward, no throaty exhaust note marking each twist of the wrist. Instead, the rider manages subtle lift, directional thrust, and controlled descent, learning a rhythm that rewards calm inputs over aggressive reactions. Riders who once felt connected to the rumble of large touring platforms may discover a different kind of connection here, one shaped by precision rather than force. The Airike does not aim to replace heavyweight cruisers or the heritage that keeps them alive. It exists as a new branch on the same tree, offering a demonstration of what mobility might become when imagination meets engineering discipline. As unusual as its technology may appear, the Volonaut Airike still respects the fundamentals every rider trusts. Stability matters. Predictability matters. A machine must communicate its intentions without confusion, and early demonstrations show that this platform holds a steady posture even when hovering close to the ground. The cockpit layout favors clarity over novelty, giving riders direct control rather than burying essential functions behind layers of automation. Those who have grown weary of overly complicated systems may find comfort in the Airike's commitment to simplicity within an unfamiliar format. It invites without overwhelming the senses. It makes 80 horsepower from 9 cubic centimeters. With 60 pound-feet of torque, uses dual anti-lock. Braking run suspension, weighs 400 pounds wet, sets seat height 30 inches, and starts at $15,000. Momentum builds from here, carrying this countdown into machines shaped by pure ambition. Number 9. CF Moto 800 NK. There are moments in motorcycling when a machine arrives that forces riders to rethink what they thought they knew. The 800 NK is one of those turning points, not because it tries to imitate long-established styles, but because it approaches performance with a directness older riders recognize immediately. Its presence hints at a new era, one where capability is no longer limited by country of origin or brand legacy, but by how well a machine can deliver confidence mile after mile. Many riders who spent decades around heavyweight cruisers or sport touring platforms may be surprised at how naturally this machine fits into familiar expectations. The first impression comes from its stance. Upright yet athletic, it keeps the rider in command without forcing an aggressive posture. Anyone who has spent long days on the road understands the value of a neutral position, especially when fatigue becomes a factor. The 800 NK stays planted without requiring constant input. It reacts cleanly to changes in surface, rolling through imperfections with a smoothness that riders with years of experience will appreciate. Instead of overwhelming the rider with technology for its own sake, it presents equipment that supports clear, predictable behavior. the 800 NK settles into its purpose with a confidence many mid-sized bikes lack, offering stability at low speeds, composure under acceleration, and steady behavior on long highway stretches. Riders who know the difference between flashy design and genuinely sorted engineering will recognize its maturity immediately. With a trustworthy chassis, relaxed ergonomics, and usable power, it works with the rider rather than against them, standing as a refined example of modern mid-sized performance. A surge of power, just over 90 horsepower pairs, with a 1,279 cubic centimeter parallel twin, delivering close to 60 pound-feet of torque, all carried by a wet weight hovering around 415 pounds. A seat height near 31.5 inches, and a starting figure around $8,700 complete its verified profile. What comes after this steps deeper into the direction modern engineering is clearly heading. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want to stay ahead of every shift shaping the motorcycle world, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts as we move deeper into the most surprising machines on this list. Number 8. CF Moto 1250 TRG Touring. What surprises long-haul riders is how the 1250 TRG Touring steps confidently into full-size touring territory without hesitation. For decades, heavyweight touring machines came almost exclusively from American or Japanese brands, each offering the comfort, stability, and endurance needed for real highway miles. The 1250 Touring steps directly into that world, with a presence that feels surprisingly familiar to riders who have spent their lives on large touring V-twin machines. Its designers focused on the fundamentals: wind protection, seat comfort, predictable handling, and a cockpit layout that respects long hours behind the bars. That makes it appealing not because it is flashy, but because it understands what older riders actually want from a road machine designed for serious travel. Many riders who grew up doing cross-country runs judge a touring platform by how it handles fatigue. The 1250 Touring delivers a calm, planted feel that keeps the bike steady at sustained speeds and reduces the strain riders expect after long periods in the saddle. Its wide fairing channels wind around the rider without creating buffeting, and the upright riding posture keeps weight off the wrists and lower back. These touches resonate strongly with experienced riders who know the difference between marketing talk and actual comfort. Its presence on the road mirrors the stability of more established touring models, yet it adds a modern layer of refinement that seasoned riders often appreciate once they spend time with it. This touring machine marks a new era for Chinese builders, showing they are ready to compete in full-size touring territory with confidence. Riders who once dismissed unfamiliar brands now recognize its capability. The 1250 Touring proves strong engineering can emerge from new places without compromising comfort, endurance, or long-distance dependability. Long-distance riders will find its 799 cubic centimeter twin, delivering roughly 95 horsepower and just under 60 pound-feet of torque. The Touring chassis carries a confirmed wet weight close to 540 pounds, while its seat height rests near 32.3 inches. Typical verified pricing begins around $12,000, depending on regional equipment packages. The journey continues with a shift toward a different kind of capability and confidence. The bikes might change, but good gear never does. Everything I ride with is linked below. Number 7. CF Moto 800 MT Adventure. When the terrain begins to shift beneath the wheels, the 800 MT shows how steady an adventure bike can truly feel. It arrives with the kind of confident stance that appeals to riders who prefer a motorcycle capable of handling uneven back roads, rolling highways, and long hours in the saddle without asking for constant adjustments. The design leans heavily toward practical function rather than flashy styling, which seasoned riders often appreciate more than complicated bodywork or excessive electronics. The bike feels comfortable, the moment a rider settles into the seat, offering a naturally upright riding posture that reduces strain across the shoulders and lower back. That makes it well suited for men who know the difference between casual day trips and genuine all-day travel. What becomes clear with the 800 MT is how well it manages weight distribution when the terrain changes. Instead of feeling top-heavy or unsettled, the chassis stays composed through sweeping curves, light gravel transitions, and quick maneuvering at low speeds. This sense of calm handling recalls the qualities that older riders value most, especially those who have spent decades navigating rough country roads or unpredictable seasonal conditions. Even at moderate speeds, the bike keeps its line without fuss, allowing the rider to stay relaxed and focused. The wide handlebar spread and well-tuned suspension help soften the fatigue that often appears after hours of mixed surface riding. That quality alone separates a dependable adventure machine from one that merely looks the part. Riders taking the 800 MT on extended routes notice how smoothly it settles into long cruising rhythms. It never fights the rider, staying steady without constant corrections. Its simplicity, solid engineering, and real-world confidence make it appealing for unpredictable terrain, proving its capability beyond reputation or exaggerated claims. Adventure-focused engineering supports a 799 cubic centimeter power plant, rated at approximately 95 horsepower and nearly 60 pound-feet of torque. This configuration maintains a wet weight of about 540 pounds, with a seat height of roughly 32.3 inches. Verified pricing aligns closely with $12,000 in most international markets. The road ahead reveals another machine defined by its own approach to strength. Number 6. Benda Dark Flag 500 Cruiser. For riders who have spent years traveling on machines built around steady torque and highway composure, the Dark Flag offers a surprising sense of familiarity wrapped in a distinctly modern interpretation. It avoids the overly sharp styling cues many newer bikes chase, and instead leans into a long, stretched posture that feels grounded even before the engine fires. The silhouette alone communicates its intention: a cruiser meant for unhurried miles, steady hands, and riders who appreciate a machine that behaves predictably at real-world speeds. Many older riders who step onto it for the first time remark on how naturally it settles into a groove, offering a pace that feels deliberate rather than rushed. The riding position also reinforces this approachable character. The bars fall into a relaxed reach, the pegs sit at a comfortable angle, and the seat offers enough support to encourage longer outings without creating hotspots or early fatigue. This matters tremendously to riders who have logged thousands of miles on American cruisers over the decades. While the Dark Flag does not try to imitate those machines, it respects the principles that made them appealing: usable power, stable geometry, and ergonomics designed around the rider rather than styling alone. Its presence on the road is defined more by function than flash, and that quality tends to resonate with riders who value dependability above spectacle. Another characteristic older riders appreciate is its calm, measured power delivery. The engine produces its strength in a smooth arc, avoiding the jumpiness found in some lightweight cruisers. This allows the rider to settle comfortably into highway speeds without managing unnecessary surges or vibration. The frame geometry also contributes to its balance, offering stability during sweeping turns and maintaining calm behavior even when crosswinds or rough pavement appear. It invites long, steady rides rather than short bursts of acceleration, which aligns well with riders who understand the value of conserving energy over long distances. The Dark Flag stands as another example of how far Chinese engineering has progressed in the cruiser segment. Riders who once dismissed offerings from unfamiliar brands often acknowledge that this machine deserves attention for its maturity and road manners. Its appeal grows not from aggressive claims, but from the confidence it displays mile after mile. A V4 engine displacing 498 cubic centimeters delivers roughly 47 horsepower and about 31 pound-feet of torque, supported by dual front discs and a single rear disc with anti-lock braking. Inverted front forks pair with dual rear shocks. A wet weight sits close to 540 pounds. Seat height rests around 27.5 inches. And pricing typically begins near $5,900. This shift in refinement sets the stage for an even bolder direction in the lineup. Number 5. Benda LFC700. What sets the LFC700 apart is the way it blends stretched styling with real highway composure. It carries a long, low silhouette that immediately signals its intention, showing a stretched frame and a muscular profile that echoes the attitude of heavyweight cruisers. The bike's appearance alone draws attention from riders who appreciate machines designed with a strong stance that refuses to blend in. This is not a lightweight commuter or a simple city bike. It is clearly built for riders who want a machine that molds performance with character. Its large footprint sits firmly on the road, creating a planted feel even before the ignition comes to life. Once it starts rolling, the LFC700 reveals a blend of steady acceleration and smooth power delivery that complements long, straight stretches of open road. Riders with decades of experience often value predictability over abrupt bursts of force, and this machine respects that mindset. It delivers power without drama, settling into a comfortable rhythm at cruising speeds. The wide handlebar layout supports a relaxed riding position, keeping strain away from the wrists and shoulders. Older riders who have logged countless highway miles will recognize the value in a motorcycle that does not fight the rider, even when the hours grow long. The LFC700 delivers balanced stability through sweeping turns and uneven stretches, absorbing imperfections with minimal correction. Its calm road behavior builds confidence and reduces fatigue. With a sculpted tank, long wheelbase, and strong bodywork, it offers presence and long-mile steadiness. Older riders seeking highway capability will appreciate its mix of comfort, stability, and modern engineering on every ride. Performance comes from a 683 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine, generating roughly 76 horsepower, and around 47 pound-feet of torque. The machine's wet weight lands close to 520 pounds, while the seat height averages 27.4 inches. Verified starting prices commonly sit near $8,000 depending on the market. Each step forward brings a new expression of performance shaped with purpose. If you want to keep following the builds, breakthroughs, and market changes that are reshaping the future of riding, subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next update as this countdown moves toward its most powerful and unexpected machines. Number 4. Loncin Voge 900DS. Veteran riders often appreciate how the 900DS maintains calm frame stability during long highway stretches. It does not chase trends or rely on flashy styling. Instead, it brings a straightforward, functional design that feels familiar to riders who have spent years navigating unpredictable terrain. The riding posture is upright and steady, allowing a clear view of the road ahead while keeping weight evenly distributed across the rider's core. That matters for anyone who has traveled across wide stretches of rural highways or gravel passes where a motorcycle must remain predictable at all times. The 900DS carries itself with a quiet assurance, offering the stability older riders appreciate the moment they guide it into a long sweep or stand it up on uneven ground. The 900DS shows its strengths most clearly when the pavement changes texture or the road begins to twist. Instead of reacting nervously, the chassis maintains composure, giving the rider time to settle into a rhythm rather than fighting for balance. Riders who have experienced decades of mixed surface travel will recognize how valuable this trait is, especially when fatigue begins to creep in after hours of riding. Comfort also plays a significant role in its appeal. The seat remains supportive without feeling overly soft, and the wind protection is shaped well enough to ease pressure on the chest and shoulders. The 900DS does not try to be a luxury touring machine, yet it offers a level of comfort that encourages longer rides without punishment. Older riders often appreciate machines that stay out of the way and simply do their job with steady confidence. The 900DS earns respect through its blend of real-world usability and highway stability. It needs minimal correction, even in shifting conditions, offering dependable, uncomplicated behavior. Riders who value straightforward capability and solid engineering will appreciate its consistent, approachable character on every mile. The heart of this platform is an 893 cubic centimeter twin, delivering roughly 93 horsepower and approximately 67 pound-feet of torque. Its wet weight approaches 515 pounds, supported by a seat height near 31.6 inches. Verified international pricing typically begins around $9,800. Change becomes unmistakable as the countdown pushes deeper into rising innovation. Number 3. QJ Motor SRK 1000. Those who enjoy predictable performance will recognize that the SRK 1000 is built with serious road manners in mind. It carries a strong, athletic stance that reflects its focus on speed, stability, and precise control. Riders who have spent decades behind the bars of heavy cruisers or long-distance machines often judge a performance bike by how predictable it feels when the power comes on, and the SRK 1000 delivers a measured response that avoids sudden, unsettling surges. Its frame geometry supports confident cornering, while the riding position sits slightly forward without putting excessive strain on the wrists or lower back. This balance makes it approachable for riders who appreciate power, but prefer stability over aggressive, track-focused behavior. On the road, the SRK 1000 settles naturally into a rhythm that rewards smooth inputs and steady throttle control. The bike responds quickly, but not nervously, allowing experienced riders to guide it through sweeping turns and extended straightaways with assurance. Older riders often recognize the difference between a motorcycle that feels twitchy and one that feels planted. And this machine firmly belongs in the latter category. Wind management is handled cleanly, keeping the pressure controlled at higher speeds while maintaining comfort during long stretches of highway. That combination of strength and refinement helps the SRK 1000 stand out among modern performance machines. Its appeal comes from consistent behavior at any pace, staying balanced whether cruising or accelerating. The chassis remains steady without constant correction, creating a predictable, rider-focused feel. Older riders, seeking spirited yet controlled performance, may find the SRK 1000 a satisfying, well-rounded machine. This middleweight platform uses a 921 cubic centimeter twin, generating an estimated 163 horsepower and about 45 pound-feet of torque. The verified wet weight stands close to 460 pounds, with a seat height of roughly 31.5 inches. Pricing generally starts near $7,800 across most markets. Only the strongest entries remain, each carrying its own signature in this evolving lineup. Number 2. QJ Motor SRK700. Riders who have spent years chasing the perfect middle ground between comfort and capability will recognize something familiar in the SRK700, even before the engine turns over. It carries itself with a sense of purpose that does not rely on flashy styling or overwhelming technology. Instead, it leans into the fundamentals older riders respect most: predictable handling, solid road behavior, and a frame that feels steady regardless of conditions. This is the kind of motorcycle that invites long days of riding, without forcing the rider to constantly readjust or fight the machine. One of the strongest qualities of the SRK 700 is the way it responds to real-world roads rather than perfect pavement. Anyone who has spent decades crossing back highways or rural stretches understands the value of a motorcycle that stays calm when the surface becomes uneven. The chassis holds its composure, the bars remain steady, and the overall feel encourages a relaxed pace that builds confidence rather than tension. Riders familiar with middleweight platforms will appreciate how naturally the SRK 700 settles at highway speeds, maintaining a planted character that many newer machines fail to capture. The SRK 700 delivers a balanced, predictable feel that older riders appreciate, offering smooth power without sudden surges and maintaining the mechanical honesty many modern machines have lost. Its measured response creates a natural partnership on long rides. Practical ergonomics, manageable seat height, and a straightforward layout make it easy to live with while still offering enough strength for spirited stretches. By avoiding unnecessary complexity, it proves Chinese engineering is steadily earning respect from riders who once overlooked it. A steady 70-plus horsepower sits atop a 699 cubic centimeter twin, generating nearly 50 pound-feet of torque matched to a wet weight of about 430 pounds. A seat height around 31 inches and an entry price slightly above $7,000 finalize its verified specifications. The final motorcycle on this countdown delivers even greater presence and power for riders seeking a commanding road experience. Number 1. Zontes 703. What many riders do not expect from the 701 V-twin is how naturally it blends torque and balance into long-distance comfort. Its presence on the road shows a thoughtful balance between power, refinement, and a grounded riding posture that older riders immediately understand. Instead of chasing trends or layering on unnecessary styling cues, the 703 focuses on delivering a practical, dependable riding experience that respects the needs of riders who have spent decades covering long distances on demanding roads. The overall design remains clean and muscular, offering a confident stance without appearing overly aggressive. This makes it approachable for riders who prefer machines that support longer rides with minimal strain, while still offering enough strength to feel engaging on open highways. The riding posture remains upright and neutral, which helps reduce fatigue during extended travel and provides a clear, commanding view of the road ahead. Once moving, the 703 reveals a character built around steady performance rather than sharp, unpredictable responses. The throttle delivers smooth acceleration, supporting riders who prefer predictable power when navigating traffic, overtaking slower vehicles, or settling into a long cruising rhythm. The chassis keeps the bike planted during sweeping turns, and the suspension absorbs rough patches without creating unnecessary movement. These traits make the 703 especially appealing to riders who value stability over flash, offering a composed feel that encourages confidence at any speed. Its braking performance remains firm and responsive, providing reassurance during quick stops or sudden changes in traffic conditions. Many riders who have relied on heavier bikes throughout their life will appreciate how naturally the 703 handles without feeling overly light or unstable. For riders seeking long-distance comfort, the 703 delivers balanced engineering and familiar manners. It avoids needless complexity, emphasizing steady performance, supportive ergonomics, and dependable wind protection. This machine proves mid-displacement bikes can excel when designed for real-world usability. Power comes from a 699 cubic centimeter inline triple producing roughly 95 horsepower and nearly 56 pound-feet of torque. The chassis carries a verified wet weight of approximately 520 pounds, supported by a seat height near 33.3 inches. Most confirmed market prices begin around $8,500. So there you have it, 10 Chinese motorcycles that prove the industry is changing, whether anyone wants to admit it or not. Some of these machines are wild, some are practical, and a few might even be a warning shot for the bigger brands. But at the end of the day, it's riders like us who feel the shift first. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one surprised you the most? And would you ever throw a leg over one? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown, and subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive.